Of the Riff Rundown. Really happy you're here. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. My name is Angela Petrilli, here with my friends at Fishman for a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. Today's episode is pre-recorded today, but don't worry, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. We're gonna be learning Who Will Stop the Rain by CCR. Such a fun song geared towards my beginners and intermediates who are watching today. So have your acoustic guitar in standard tuning for this one. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. Click that like button on YouTube and the post notifications so you will know when new episodes are up. And to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, including the RS Spectrum DI, go ahead and click the link in the video description below. You'll be glad you did. All right, so before we get started, folks, please let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite sing-along or campfire song. So where you're tuning in from, favorite sing-along, campfire song. Really happy you're here. Acoustic guitar, standard tuning, and let's get to it. So here is Who Will Stop the Rain by CCR. Who Will Stop the Rain by CCR. Such a fun song. So let's go ahead and look at the intro here. So I blended two guitar parts when I was playing the intro a moment ago. So with that, listening back to the original version, it sounds like one guitar is doing this, and another guitar is strumming the chords. So what we can do here is, I'll do this in two different levels. So I'll teach you guys just how to strum it by itself, so just the chords. And then what I'll do for level 2 is I'll include that little lick over the G and that E minor 7. Okay, included in those strums. So I'll give you both versions. But let's first start with just a level 1, just the chords only. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a G chord like this. So your second finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the E string, that's our G note. First finger, 2nd fret of the A string, that's a B. And then your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, G. You're going to go ahead and strum everything here. Okay, we want that B string open for this version. However, if you do like that one, it's cool, but kind of like the twanginess of this one for this song. So we're going to do here, as far as the strums go, we have a G chord, an E minor chord, and a D chord. So when it comes to this G chord first, we're going to do like a partial strum and then a full strum of this chord. So what I mean by partial strum is the first down, up, we're only going to strum from the low E string to that D string. Okay, so on the second down, up, go ahead and strum everything. So that will sound like this, nice and slowly. After we strum that a few times, we're going to do this really cool walk down from G to F sharp and then go to that E minor. So how we do that is, well, we already have the G here on our second finger. So we're going to strike that note on its own, G. You're going to lift this first finger up to the second fret of the E string, F sharp. And then you're going to move into your E minor chord. So your second finger on the second fret of the A string, that's our B note, and then our third finger on the second fret of the D string, which is E. Go ahead and strum everything here. This is how the chord should sound. Okay? And same thing here. Partial down up, and then a full down up with all six strings. So that will sound like this. So let's go from G to the walk down, doo-doo, to E minor. Okay, so just like that. Let's take our time. From there, strum that D chord one time. So first three fingers here, first finger, second fret of the G string, that's our A note. Second finger, second fret of the E string, F sharp, and third finger, third fret of the B string. Go ahead and strum from the D string downward, only once. And then this repeats. So let's go ahead and do the whole thing. G, walk down, E minor to D, and then back to G. So here we go. So just like that. Now, if we wanted to do level 2, okay, I want you to get this G chord just as we played it a moment ago. The lick is this. It's 3 notes. It's the open B string to the open G string, and then to that higher G note there, third fret of the E string. So here's the riff by itself. It's so cool, I didn't want to leave it out. And then I thought, well, wouldn't it be really neat to include it in the chords? So I'm going to call that level 2. So we would still include the strum, okay? And then we include the riff. So I'll play this nice and slowly. Sounds like this. And I'm going to strum a couple times just to get me into that groove. Here comes the riff. It takes a little time, a little bit of, you know, just kind of, right, tapping your head and your belly at the same time, that sort of thing. It's kind of fun. So let's play that just a touch faster. So here we go. So this is level 2, that intro. Get the strumming pattern and hop into that riff when you're ready. Here we go. So there it is. So intro level 1, level 2. When we go into the verses now, okay, so the chords that we're dealing with are going to be G and C. Pretty simple. So back and forth, back and forth. Some get more bars than others. So the G chord, we already know how to play. So let's go ahead and talk about C. So first finger, first fret of the B string, C. Second finger, second fret of the D string, E is an elephant. And then our third finger, third fret of the A string, which is C. Strum from the A string downward on that C chord. So how the verses go is we're going to do 2 bars of G. Same strumming pattern as the intro. Once we get to that C, same thing, but we only do 1 bar. And then we go back to G, 2 bars. So the verse sounds like this, and I'll call out the chords. G, 2 bars. C, 1 bar. G, 2 bars. C, 1 bar. To G, 2 bars. Here it is without the commentary. When I was watching John Fogerty play this live, I noticed he likes to play this version of G. Could you do this? You totally could. So I'll leave that up to you. I know for me, this one's a little more comfortable. Now, getting into the pre-chorus, we're going to switch the order. So it's going to be C to G. All of them get 1 bar. So the pre-chorus sounds like this. Pretty straightforward. And again, that same strumming pattern, almost all of the chord down up. On the second down up, play the full chord. Okay. So now we get into the chorus. So the pre-chorus is pretty short, and now we get into a shorter chorus too. So the chorus is going to be C to D, E minor, then with 2 bars of G. So that sounds like this. Again, all chords that we know. So let's go ahead and do this now. I'm going to call out the parts, the intro, verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. All right, let's play them together. Again, folks, if you're enjoying this lesson, please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It absolutely helps the cause. And check out all the cool Fishman gear at the link in the video description below. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's go ahead and do the intro. We'll keep it to the level 1 version without the riff. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The verse. Pre-chorus. Chorus. So there it is. Now, we're going to get into verse 2. But the amazingness that John Fogerty is, verse 2 is slightly different, which I love. It has this really beautiful melodic change. It's really slight, but it's incredibly beautiful. So verse 2 sounds like this. So notice we had a bar chord in there. So I'm going to show you how to play this. So we're going to do 2 bars of that G chord to start off verse 2. From there, we go to 1 bar of C, back to 2 bars of G. After that second 2 bars of G, we're going to go to a B minor chord. So this is the only bar chord that we're going to see in the song. So we're going to use all 4 fingers to play this. You're going to get your first finger across, okay, the second fret of the A string through the high E string. When we're building a bar chord, right, we don't want our finger crooked. Okay, we want it parallel with that fret. So, and again, pinching through with that thumb, you can't see it, right, because I'm pinching through at the back of the neck. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're building your bar chords. Your second finger is going to go on the D note, which is your 3rd fret of the B string. Third finger reaches now to the 4th fret of the D string. Okay, that is our F sharp, and then your 4th finger here is going to play B at the 4th fret of the G string. The chord should sound like this. Okay, and sometimes it's a little easier if you wanted to reach that finger up a little more and hit and place it on the F sharp. Try not to play it. Okay, you can do that too. Sometimes I do that. but know that the root is right there. Okay. So that's our B minor. We're going to strum it the same way. We're going to play it partial. On that first down up, partial, playing through the A string, D string, G string. And then on the next down up, go ahead and play the whole chord. Okay. From there, we go back to the C chord. And then back to our G. So let's go ahead and play that verse 2. I'll call out the chords and then I'll do another pass without the commentary. So here we go. G. C. Back to G. B minor. C. G. Let's do that again without the commentary. I'm playing it just a little bit slower. All right, so here we go. Follow along. You can do this. Here we go. Verse 2. Just like that. That's what's going on there. So something I want to mention too, at the end of verse 2, we see this really cool second guitar part that happens. Okay, it's a nice little double stop moment, which is great. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how to play that. And we're going to see this motif come back throughout the rest of the song, but we first see it in verse 2, okay, being played over that G chord, the last G chord. So what we're going to do here to play this, okay, so we're going to get our second finger, we're going to slide it from the 5th fret of the G string, okay, sliding it up to the 7th fret of the G string. So we're going from that C note to that D note. We're going to get our 3rd finger down here to play that B note, 7th fret of the high E, okay. From there, we're going to go back a whole step, okay, respectively with both of those fingers. You're going to get your 2nd finger now on the 5th fret of the G string, that's C, to that A note, 5th fret of the high E string. So far we have this. And the final piece of this little riff here, we're going to get that 2nd finger, we're going to place it back a half step, okay, to the 4th fret of that G string. That's a B note. And again, to resolve, 3rd fret of the high E, G note. Here's the whole thing. Let's do that a couple times here. Last time. Now, to hear it in context, I'm going to try to play it with the chords so you can hear it in context. So here you go. Here's that 2nd verse. Okay, it's pretty quick. You can do it as one guitar player. It's pretty fun. Okay, so from there we go into a pre-chorus. Nothing has changed. Exactly the same. And then we go into a chorus. Exactly the same. Nothing has changed. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with verse 2. Let's go into a pre-chorus and a chorus. All right? And again, if you're enjoying the lessons, click that like button, folks. It helps the cause. It helps the cause. So here we go. Verse 2, into a pre-chorus, and then chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pre-chorus. chorus. From there we go to a bridge. All right, and let me know how everybody's doing in the comments. I know this is pre-recorded today, but I do go back and read, so please let me know. All right, let me know how you guys are doing. It's a fun one, isn't it? So let's go ahead and look at the bridge. I'm gonna play it just a little bit slower. The bridge looks and sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then into another 2 bars of G. So what's happening here, some quick changes, right? I've got some syncopation happening, which is really cool. So we're gonna go to a C chord, we're just gonna go down, up, and that's it. Just like that. And play the whole chord, okay? Nice and clear, nice and strong. We're gonna go to a G chord. 1 strum. If it was me and I was playing this, I'd probably do an upstroke on the G chord. That's what feels natural to me, but you could do a downstroke too. I'll leave that up to you, but I would probably do an upstroke. Yeah, I'd 100% do an upstroke. Okay, so from there, we're gonna go to a D chord. We're gonna strum it once initially, let it ring and sustain out for a beat or 2, and then you're gonna strum it a little bit afterwards. So in context, that sounds like this, with the C chord and the G chord going behind it. Like that. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. From there, the next 3 chords are going to be A minor, C, E minor. We are going to strum them the same way. A minor gets 2 strums, but first, those of you who don't know how to play it, let me show you real quick. So we're going to get our first finger, second finger, and third finger. First finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the B string, that's a C note. Second finger, 2nd fret of the D string, which is E, and then your 3rd finger on the A note, 2nd fret of the G string. Strum from the A string downward. And again, down, up, and that's it. And then slightly, okay, with this part of your hand, just deaden the strings. Like that. From there, go to that C chord, upstroke. Now here's what's great. Going from that A minor to C, okay, use your 1st and 2nd finger as a pivot. Don't move them. Just move that 3rd finger to C, okay, just like that. From there, strum that A or that E minor chord. Again, same thing. Let it ring out a little bit and then strum it a little bit. So for context, here's that part again. One more time. And then from there, D chord 1 time. Okay, and then go straight to G, 2 bars. So here's that bridge again. We're going to run it a couple times. Here we go. Okay, then into those 2 bars of G. Let's go ahead and do that again. So just like that. So let's go ahead and do this again to give it context. Let's now do verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, into that bridge, and then we'll do those 2 bars of G at the end. And as always, you guys are enjoying the lessons, don't forget, click that like button on YouTube. It really does help a lot. So here we go, verse 2. that pre-chorus. Into our chorus. Here comes the bridge. So from there we go into verse 3. The chord structure is exactly the same as verse 2, where it includes that B minor and that C. You'll notice for the top half of verse 3 that the strums kind of go fast for a little bit, and then they slow down and they go back to the rhythm that we are used to. So keep that in mind. From there we go into another pre-chorus, okay? And then into another chorus. And this final chorus that we have here, okay? The E minor, we're gonna let it ring and just let it sustain out. So what I mean by that is that last chorus, the And I Wonder. So just like that. And we let that ring so we don't play that other G. From there, we're gonna play a quick D chord. Go back to that intro, okay? So that's what's happening there. So let's go ahead and play through that, and that's the whole song, folks. This has been so much fun. I love this song. I grew up on a lot of CCR being played in the house when I was a kid. So it's anytime I hear this stuff, it's really nostalgic for me, and I just love John Fogerty songwriting. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start with the bridge, okay? We'll do a verse 3 into a pre-chorus and then into that final chorus and intro, fade out. Okay, so here we go. 2 bars of G. Okay, verse 3. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Intro. So there it is. There's the song. It's such a fun one to play. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was sure a lot of fun to teach. Love this song. So, as always, guys, enjoy the lessons. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It absolutely helps the cause. I want to thank my friends at Fishman for helping me do these lessons week after week. They're really wonderful folks, and it has been such a blast doing these for like the last 3 years, which is just crazy. And most certainly, I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and helping me create this really beautiful, uplifting, positive community of people who really support each other. I see it in the comments every week. You guys are just so wonderful to each other. So thank you, and keep it up. It's really great to see. So thank you all so much for that. And I just started a Patreon page. A lot of you ask how you can support me. You can go to my Patreon page. It's on my website. And yeah, we do hangouts, and there's some exclusive stuff, and it's a real blast. So if you want to join us on Patreon, it's wonderful. So as always, wishing you all so much success. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are great. Let's play a lot of music, and folks, I